Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an episode of Coffee and Co-op. I said an episode, not another episode, because I don't know. I don't know. I realize now that my thing may be messed. I think we're okay. My internet turned off. I restarted my router while StarCraft was running. So it says level 5 for everybody, although that's not the case. I think we'll be able to play. Let's just press the button and give me that death scream. Give me that death scream, Kerrigan. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today is the 9th of November for me. And an unusual part about this episode, if you're watching this, you may be asking yourself, I didn't see Nate streaming StarCraft. When did he record this one? And the answer is at about 8:30 in my office. I decided I want to continue to do this series because it matters a lot to me and I really enjoy it. Even if it's not the most popular thing, it brings me some happiness in getting to continue to make and do StarCraft content, especially, because I'm not really streaming StarCraft anymore. The toxicity of ladder and all the, what I mean, the haters, all that jazz, they won. I'm done with that stuff. So I still want to make StarCraft content, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me to, boot up my stream just to record a possibly 20-minute episode of this. So I want to continue to keep doing these off stream, and it also makes it a little bit more personal between just you and me when we're hanging out here, as no one's going to be coming in asking any weird questions. So we got to deal with the warp conduits. Oh, they're doing the Zagara. Max supply increased by 50. Oh, okay, so they've got the meme Zagara. They've got meme Zagara. I've got the Malignant Creep buff Kerrigan. I don't have Malignant Creep unlocked because that's like level 7 or something, so I'm pretty much just chilling here. But I hope you're all having a good start to your week. It's a nice Monday. My plan is to upload this today so that it'll be up at around 9 or 10 a.m. So ideally, if you're seeing this and you look at your clock and you're like, oh, Nate, it's actually 7 p.m. I live in England. Great. That's about the time I'm talking about. So if you're in Euroland, you're about 9 hours ahead of me. I live in Las Vegas, where we just spent a very long time counting ballots for the presidential election. And then, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody out here, but as a gung-ho American, I'm very much so about the benefit and the betterment of everybody in this whole land. So I was pretty happy with how things turned out without getting too big into it. It's nice no one can really... It's very weird doing it like the YouTube format. I'm like, I don't have anybody to argue with, so there's no reason to go down a rabbit hole, thank God. But, I just want to see things in the world get better. I want people to be happy. I want people to be healthy. I want people to be taken care of. And I think that that's something that we are definitely capable of doing. So with that being said, there was also some pretty cool StarCraft stuff going on lately. If you guys have been busy, I've been casting a lot of DreamHack StarCraft 2. But if you guys haven't heard, Clem was just playing very well. And Rainer and Cyril, I'm not going to give spoilers, but I know those guys were top 3 on EU DreamHack. Definitely go check those matches out. They were played yesterday. And also the NA finals took place yesterday. I think the top 3 players for that were Neeb, Estrella, and Scarlet. I know a lot of you guys do like to watch those, so I'm not going to go out of my way to spoil everything just so you're like, oh my God, Nathan, I woke up and watched this and I was about to watch DreamHack and you ruined it. No, I got you. No spoilers today. I'm feeling pretty great. I've been feeling really, really good, honestly. There's nothing quite like being hopeful about the future, which is something that I feel like I haven't been able to be for a little while. So I'm glad to be getting a little bit back more towards my old happy self. And yeah. Jets are playing tonight, so that's going to be a right proper disaster. The Jets are playing tonight. That's going to be awful. If you're wondering where the StarCraft content on the stream has gone, as I said, I won't be doing as much of it. I just don't really think I gain anything from playing StarCraft ladder. It just doesn't really it doesn't really bring me much joy, especially when I know that my problems with the game are likely to never be fixed now that they've ceased development on SC2. So I'm going to keep watching and casting and all that, but I just feel a lot less motivated to ladder, and I've been playing some other games. I've been streaming a ton of League of Legends, so if that's your bag, great. If not, then well, that's about what I expect from a lot of StarCraft fans, so that's okay too. Not gonna expect everybody to just be like, oh wow, we were completely fine with that. But I've been having a lot of fun with that, actually. I was practicing my jungle Vi the other day off stream. We've been playing a lot of mid. We had some gnarly games as Ziggs, actually, because we started to get we had some people counter banning against us with banning Lux on me, which is just dumb because nobody ever bans Lux, and then unless they somehow know it's Nathanias and they're like, okay, he's unstoppable with their literally #1 ranked NA. Please don't verify that Paulette effect. But yeah, I've been having a good time. Things have been nice. It's gotten really chilly in Vegas, by the way. So I actually want to talk about this because this was something that bothered me a little bit. But you guys may not know this. If you've only been out to Vegas maybe once or twice, you might not understand this. But I've been living in Las Vegas since May. I moved here in the mid-late May of 2020, and unsurprisingly, you might think that Las Vegas doesn't get any rain because it's a desert. And if you thought that, you'd largely be correct, right? Be like, oh, Nate, well, obviously it's a desert. It's not going to rain that much. But it actually does rain a good bit more than you might think. I think it was the second month or something, and Katie was spending some time with her family. She went back up to Washington because they were her mom got sick and she was helping to take care of her and all that. And I was just chilling. I was doing one of my streams like I normally do, and I step outside and I see that it's thunder and lightning and hail. It's pouring rain. It's pouring rain. Now, to give a little bit more context, in case you live in Vegas or know what I'm talking about, I live in the west side. I live like by like Summerlin, Spring Valley area. You know, I'm on the western half of the valley, which is quite a bit more elevated than actual Vegas. I can see the strip from my apartment if I look out at it because we're so much higher up, physically speaking, not morally, but also morally speaking, higher up than them. And it was raining the other day, and I finished my cast. I finished doing DreamHack, and then I go and lo and behold, I'm like, Katie's like, hey, it's raining outside, and I'm like, oh, that's wild. And I go and I'm like, okay, well, I wonder if it's supposed to keep raining. Is there something happening? Is there like a front coming in that's gonna keep it nice and rainy? And it turns out that the weather guy is straight up like, yeah, so we didn't record a measurable amount of rain at McCarran Airport, so this technically doesn't count as rain. And I'm like, what? And then the report goes on, and the guy's like, yeah, we haven't actually had a measurable amount of rain at the airport because it's the flat area with all the weather sensors. I mean, this makes sense. It does make sense. I'm not saying that this is crazy. I'm just saying that I had no idea that this was how it worked because I've never lived somewhere where it only rains on half the city at a time. So even though we got maybe, they think they said 300th of an inch of rain or something this past weekend, they said that those stats don't count. There hasn't been measurable recorded rainfall in Las Vegas because of the way that they record it since April of 2020, which was before I even moved here. So I thought this was interesting, not because I want to, this is, anti-disestablishmentarianism or whatever, the Las Vegas weather system, but I did find that, at least to me, knowing that people come here like kind of randomly and sometimes and whatnot, there must be a lot of people who go to Las Vegas and end up disappointed because they're like, oh my God, it's, like they show up and there's like just these rain showers. And they're like, oh, it's really cold outside. Like the high today is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. For all you Euro bros out there, I think that's about maybe 7 or 8 Celsius. Maybe 9 or 10 Celsius. But yeah. So it's chilly. And the low today is 36. So that's like 1 or 2. That's 1 or 2 Celsius. So that's really, really cold. And I'm like, okay, temperature wise, I get that people, you could check the weather on that side a little bit more easily. But because it always says it's never going to rain, and because none of the records anywhere ever say that it rains, I just think it's a little, it comes off as a little deceptive sometimes. Because if you never came here, you would think that it literally never rains based on our stats. But if you came here regularly or often, you'd often find yourself asking, like, why do people say it never rains? When obviously, there's some pretty, like, they get thunderstorms. We get thunderstorms out here and all that jazz, which is my favorite because there ain't no thunderstorms back in California. I don't think I've ever experienced a thunderstorm living in LA the 7 years I was out there. But yeah, how about that? Is that weird? Am I crazy for thinking that that's weird? Like, just to be clear, I'm not arguing with the science of it. I completely understand how that, you know, the measurement system works. It just, the geography of one city alone varies to the degree that all the people who live in the elevated areas get all this rain for some reason that never actually makes it down into the lower part of the valley where they would record it, right? And yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was quite funny. I feel like you could really easily be like, oh yeah, well, I want to go to the rich area of town and get a nice hotel, a Red Rock Casino and Resort, and then I'm gonna go have some fun and go hiking. But then you're like, oh wait, no, Red Rock is on the west side of town. Actually, there's a giant thunderstorm today. You're only here for like 3 or 4 days or whatever. You don't get to do your hiking thing today. And you're like, well, what the hell? I didn't think it was supposed to be raining. Why would I think it would be raining out here? And they're like, oh, it didn't actually rain because I didn't record it at the airport. And I'm like, just because the stats don't say that it rained, it does not mean that it didn't rain. And that's just, I don't know. That's a hard thing for me to grasp. I almost feel like at that point, we need a new weather station in Western Las Vegas that literally just records data for West Vegas, whatever it has to be. I don't know. I don't know. You guys can tell me whether or not this extremely hot take is going to make you finally click that unsub button, or if it's just me telling you that I am a Lux main in League of Legends. That may also do the job. But this mission's going pretty smoothly. The Cigar knows how to play the game. She's using that extra 50 supply pretty well. We already did this. We already did Zagara for our Prestige series. Yeah, my plan is to hopefully, because I don't have to get set up to record these really, like I can just sit down on my computer and just press record and boot up co-op. I do hope to get a bit more consistent with the uploads by removing these from my Twitch stream. If you guys really liked watching these to start off your day by watching me record these on Twitch, I do apologize, but I found that personally my mental health and my own internal happiness has greatly increased the less I play StarCraft. It feels like it's you know, if you've ever heard somebody, I'm not a religious person, but if you've ever heard somebody use the phrase Catholic guilt, I feel like StarCraft tries to force you to just really not have any fun playing the game if possible. You know, like there's just way too much of a focus on the extremely stressful parts, and that's something that, you know, I've coped with for almost 10 years, but I'm reaching that point where as I'm getting older, you know, hurting myself so that I can feel like I am a good boy by knowing that I'm not good at something. Actually, no, like I don't feel like I need to do that. I don't feel like I need to go out of my way to make myself feel bad just so I can feel like I'm alive. I don't know. I don't think I need that. When I want to feel alive, I just shove my face in my golden retriever's belly, and yeah, that's awesome. Thankfully, I'm not allergic to dogs. Thank you, based mom and dad, for that. Thank you, Dad, for my extremely generic Eastern European genes that make me invincible to most BS and vodka. That's that first generation American buff kicking in. I'm fine. It's like if you were in Dark Souls and you were doing a character builder and Nathanias was an option. It's like you're 5'6" and have no real defining physical features, but you can't catch most basic diseases or allergies. That's pretty much, that's what Nathanias is in the character selector. However, at least in my current form, I do fat roll. So you're going to have to just, I think if I strip down naked, I could comfortably do a somersault. So yeah, you know what? It is exactly like Dark Souls. You just have to strip down naked and I can pretty much do whatever you need me to do in terms of physical feats. Get your mind out of the gutter. Also, on a completely unrelated note, OnlyFans/Nathanias. I'm just kidding. I haven't really spread creep this game because I'm not motivated, because I don't have malignant creep yet, because I'm only level 7, because I haven't played enough of these missions, because I've been casting StarCraft. I've been casting too much.
Assimilation aura is ready, my queen.
Assimilation aura is ready, my queen. Assimilation aura. So we're turning on the news? Eh. All right. By the way, since I do like to say coffee co-op, I need to make another batch of my cold brew, and I need to get some new coffee beans. But I've actually been pretty big on this tea game lately. I've been pretty big on my tea game. If you guys want to check out my dope mug, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I got a pretty cool mug. I love this wave art. I actually have a tapestry of this wave on my wall right here in front of my desk. Also helps me reach my calm zen place when I'm playing or streaming or anything. I just like having this big old wave on my wall to look at. Yeah, it's a Tao, I think, right? Or Tao. It's a popular brand. Let me see. It's Yogi. Sorry, Yogi. Completely wrong, Nathan. It's Yogi tea. It's called Positive Energy Sweet Tangerine or something. And I love the taste of citrus. It tastes very tangerine-y, and that to me is an absolute win. And at the same time, not only does it taste like tangerine, but for some weird reason, I have like 7 teas that we've been stealing from hotels and whatnot in my apartment. And this was the only tea we have that has caffeine in it, which makes me realize now that hotel tea is a ripoff because, well, what's the point of stealing tea with no caffeine in it? It's not stealing. I paid for the room, okay? Or I subsidize it with my taxes. Your choice. It's a tea packet, okay? I want to try them all. All right, now the big tea market's gonna come after me. But this tea's been pretty good. I like it. This is what I've been sipping before my casts. I set my alarm for 6 in the morning like a real human being for those DreamHack shows. It was really nice because I actually forgot about daylight savings time, and I was like, "Oh my god, why are we starting our show at 8? Why does my alarm have to be set for 7:30 instead of 6?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we went back an hour." And I'm like, "Oh, why did you guys go back an hour before us?" And then I forgot about US falling back in the clocks. And then one day they're just like, "All right, be here at 6 a.m." I'm like, "Holy crap, why are we going back almost like an hour and a half now?" And they're like, "Well, you guys are back at daylight savings time." I'm like, oh, the types of things that you don't really have the normal awareness of when you have many other things in real life that are taking your time and attention, shall we say.
We've gathered the data we need.
We've gathered the data we need. Thank you for the escort.
The objective shall survive.
Yeah, but doing this episode right here, right now, like this, for me is my promise to you guys that this isn't gonna die. Of all the things that I'm gonna do or not do anymore in terms of StarCraft, I don't ever want to let down the best part of the StarCraft community, in my opinion, which is a lot of the co-op people, all the inclusive StarCraft community members that, you're the kinds of people who get my Metal Gear Solid jokes because you don't think that you're better than other people by not playing any game other than StarCraft. And yeah, you guys are not the part of the community that I'm trying to avoid. You guys are nice. You guys have always been nice folks. Co-op community has always been the best. I never got my hive. What am I doing? You're winning the game effortlessly, Nathan, to the point where you're putting no effort in anymore. No, that's true. This Zagara is literally, it's like, the Zagara is like that Korean girl in my Korean class in college who told me that I'm not allowed to do any of the homework and that she'll submit all my reports for us so that we get a perfect score. Or her, not joking, by the way. This is not just a standard weird racist story about having an Asian person on my Chinese or my Korean class, excuse me. They just spoke Korean and they wanted the credit. And I was like, well, I'm not going to argue with you on that. Fun fact. One of them played StarCraft. They were really bad at it. They told me I was more Korean than them. And I said, I don't think I can respond to that in the year 2012.
No time like the present. Explain. Speak.
I think there was only like 3 people. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I think there was only like 3 people in my Korean class at Penn State that didn't actually speak Korean going into it. I just, I feel like I need to get that off my shoulder. It's been 8 years since I took that class, so I don't think any of them will get in trouble, but it's the truth, okay? I'm sorry. Crystal's name wasn't Crystal. She had an actual Korean name, and I was, no. Okay, so it's still bugged out. It's still bugged out in case anyone wants to see this. I need to relog, I guess. They don't want to make sure they want to make sure I'm not stealing my co-op commanders, but we hit level 5 Kappa. So we got lurkers now, and we'll do lurkers next episode. How does that sound? And hopefully I'll be able to get up and record another one of these for you guys tomorrow morning, or we'll see. We'll see where the wind takes us. I I don't want to spam these too much on you so that you guys can actually take the time to watch all of them. I know when I put out 5 a week, the views go down pretty significantly. So if you're wondering why you haven't been getting as many of these, that's part of it. And also, I want to be able to actually take time to sit down and do this. You know, I'm not, this is one of the first times I'm actually recording this as just VOD content. So if you guys enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. If you hated it, you can just type, go back to League or something in the comment section, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Or if you don't like it, you could just be a decent human being and just never watch again instead of letting me know how much you hate it. Either way, God bless. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, evening, whatever it is that you're going to get up to. I'm going to be live around probably around the time this video goes live. So by the time you're finished watching this today, I'll be live playing League of Legends on my Twitch stream, which that's going to be my new thing that I'm playing a lot of during the weeks because folks have been really supportive. Actually, we've had so many nice people coming into the stream lately, and it's made me feel very welcome and comfortable. You know, like when I lose a game, people give me good tips and suggestions instead of saying, get good, you balance, whining, piece of kill yourself. So glad that that's not happening as much anymore. But that does it for me here. I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, YouTube.